fourth main chapter, the final thing for the week.
Good and bad at games. Josh, how did this
Right, yeah, me
go?
again, because I'm the only one who seems to have taken notes.
Well, and it's been about 2 weeks since I read this bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
it won't be like this next week.
Right, okay. So it starts off with Mr. Smith on the cricket field because he started a cricket club in last chapter.
Yeah, last chapter he was asked.
Mention that.
Yeah, last chapter he was asked by the headmaster to help run a. I think it's on a Saturday cricket match.
Yeah. So anyway, so it starts with Mr. Smith on the cricket field, and they're sort of just picking teams and playing cricket. And then we go to Benny at home, getting changed into normal clothes, well, modern day clothes, we're led to believe. Some sort of tight trousers, not woman-like for the time.
No. Very indecent.
So yeah, does that. Then, so the small girl from the last chapter has been taken to the hospital.
Yeah.
But she's managed to escape and basically feeds on a nurse.
Yeah. I think kills the nurse, absorbs her energy or something.
So yeah, that happens. Then we're back at the cricket field, and Benny's running towards Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
Sort of in a hurry, seeming like she's got something important.
Because she has.
Yeah, well, she does. But so she takes him to a tree in a forest. It's some special Time Lord tree, as referred to in the book.
Yes. Well. No, go ahead.
And she's looking for a sphere in the tree.
A Time Lord sphere. Like
the apple falling on.
You alright there? Hello?
She couldn't find. Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me?
So she couldn't find the sphere she was looking for. It seems to be one that Tim took earlier.
Oh, have I cut out again?
And apparently the sphere told him things. Yeah, you did.
Oh, right. Am I back now? Obviously not. Hello? Right, I'm going to try leaving the call and coming back in then.
You're talking right now, I can't.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right, that was bad. That was a really bad one.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'll go back to, so Tim took the sphere, and apparently the sphere told him things very much like, obviously, the pocket watch from Human Nature, Family Blood.
Yes, that would be, the sphere is the sphere was adapted into the pocket watch chameleon arch in the TV story.
So Benny is trying to convince John Smith to remember being the Doctor. But he can't, and he basically leaves.
Yeah, because Benny's bloody lost it, in his point of view.
So Benny goes home, and the woman we were introduced to earlier from the coffee shop arrives at her front door being chased by the police.
Yeah.
She explains that the hospital's on fire.
Yes,
apparently that's something happening.
It would seem that the girl set the hospital on fire. Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can hear you.
Good.
So Mr. Smith, we then cut to Mr. Smith, who goes to Joan's house for dinner. and he has the second part of his story.
Yes. We get the second part.
So this is where the inventor man arrives on Gallifrey and tells them about time travel. It's significantly shorter than the first part, but
yep.
And he still doesn't seem to have an idea of where the plot's going.
Yeah, it's probably good at this point to point out that the reason this book is here in the timeline is because it seems that John Smith's stories describe Doctor Who, the Peter Cushing version of Doctor Who. And it's theorized that. So this book is also the reason we did the whole Doctor Who stuff, because this is the book that links the dots of Doctor Who being the other. Being one of the founders of Gallifrey.
So they have dinner, and both John and Joan talk about their lives. Not much really happens. They play a couple of games, card games, they play some chess.
Then they almost have sex.
Yeah, basically. She asks to sit on his lap.
That was a bit weird.
From coming.
Yeah, they basically just almost have sex.
Yeah. And also important is she introduces him to her cat.
Yes, Wolsey.
Yes.
This cat
who is listed as a main character, so...
Well, you have no idea, Josh. You have no idea.
Yeah, apparently I have no idea what's coming, but something's obviously coming. Maybe the cat really is from Gallifrey.
Well, the species is from Gallifrey.
Yeah, but maybe this cat is from Gallifrey and is watching over the Doctor.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe across dimensions it's a Flerken.
Wrong universe, although that universe will come into play sooner than you may think.
Unexpected.
Anyway, so yeah, she has a cat, and John explains how he's good with cats, probably to do with him, well, with the Doctor being from Gallifrey and cats also being from Gallifrey.
Yep.
And yeah, then they have the whole, she tries to have sex with him, and he leaves, but says, I would, basically.
Yeah, but he doesn't. Thank goodness.
I would, but don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we don't have to cover a sex chapter.
Well, yet. We'll see. The 90s Doctor Who books are horny, man. They just are.
The Doctor just needs to take a cold shower.
Indeed. So that basically wraps up the chapter. Final thoughts. Rating out of 10.
Oh, it's worth pointing out very briefly, actually, that at this point Benny's requesting a gun.
Oh yes, Benny requested a gun from
Smith as a character, and there's not much action in it. It's mainly just. Did I cut out there?
No, I don't think so. It's basically just what? Oh dear.
What?
Oh, you can hear me.
Yeah, no, I cut out because I was talking, and then all of a sudden Chris just started talking out of nowhere, and I thought maybe he just cut in, and I'd cut out.
I think we might have all cut out because I don't remember Chris saying anything, but it's basically.
Anyway, I was just explaining how it advances the story and basically just turns into like 3 pages of John and Joan flirting.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable.
But yeah, it tells us about the sphere and who John is.
Yeah.
So overall, give it a 6 out of 10.
Cool. Chris, rating and thoughts, not in that order.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting how all of a sudden this Timothy fellow is become a much more important part of the storyline. All his visions could be linked to the fact that he's been carrying around the little orb with him.
Also,
I think I'm going to stick with.
something that happens in this chapter that we didn't go through is the Time Lord biodata ball is mistaken for a cricket ball and hit into the sky, I believe is what happens.
Yeah, and it sets
That-
like some sort of thunderstorm off or something.
Yeah, that's pretty important. I don't know how we forgot about that. Oh yeah, Joan and the Doctor were having sex. That's
God.
how we forgot about that.
Kind of happens just in the middle of that.
Or was that? Did that not happen in the last chapter? Have we gotten confused?
No, that does happen in this chapter. Like, I remember it happening like dead in the middle.
Right,
which is
that's
why
weird.
I kind of just forgot.
This was quite a long chapter. I think this was like 19 pages.
It was quite long.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chris, you were describing your thoughts.
I was just going to finish off by saying, once again, solid 6 out of 10.
I think I know what Chris's average overall rating for this book is going to be.
Yeah.
Josh, you're writing down the ratings. Has Chris's ratings all been 6 so far for this book?
Yeah.
Oh,
For the book,
wow.
they've all been 6.
For this
Wow.
book.
Well, hopefully the book gets better in Christopher's eyes. I think mine
have fluctuated from 6 and 7.
have just been very positive, I believe.
You've had you've had 9, a couple of 7s, and an 8.
Yeah. I do like this chapter despite
Despite the
uncomfortable flirtation scene. I do like
Yeah.
cats, so I like the cat bit. I think it does well to set up the stakes at play. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because the flirting scene
Because
is
the text.
really uncomfortable to read.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Even though it's only like half a page, it's still very uncomfortable.
You said it was 3 pages earlier.
It felt like 3 pages. Their whole dinner thing was like 3 pages.
Yeah, fair enough. Right. God, the Joan sitting on the Doctor's lap. I don't like that at all. Anyway,
Anyway, can we move on from
no, we will be sticking with this plot point for about 30 minutes. Let's talk about no. Right, so that does end.
describe in detail how you'd want the Doctor to sit on someone's lap?
No, how describe in detail how you'd want to sit on the Doctor's lap.
Anyway, we've gone off on a tangent here.
Anyway, yes.
I don't want to sit on the Doctor's lap, and I don't think you do either.
No, not really. I don't know, maybe Jodie Whittaker's. Anyway, moving on swiftly. That is the end of our coverage for this book this week, and that moves us on to current events for this week.